Welcome to the Cast and Camo podcast, where we talk about hunting, fishing, and all things outdoors. Grab your fishing rod, put on your favorite camo, or just sit back and enjoy this week's topic. Cast and Camo begins now.
Yo, yo, yo. What up, Eric?
Good evening. How's everyone doing this evening? Todd, how you been? God, it's been like months since I've seen you. You look kind of sexy with that beard going there.
You know, I was going to leave that as a secret, but yeah, it's coming back.
Is this because of archery hunting?
Yes. It's hunting season. Yeah, it's hunting season. Look, it might have been like 98 degrees everywhere for the last 2 weeks, so it seems.
Yeah.
But ice season is coming up quick.
Oh, so you're growing it for ice, not bow.
Well, hunting in general.
Right,
and ice fishing, yes.
So would I look cute if I grew my gray beard out?
I think you should.
Okay.
I think you should. I think you should try. I know Pam likes beards. So
How the heck do you know that?
I was guessing. I had a 50-50 shot at it.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty good guess.
Yeah, well, you know, I like my odds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll grow mine out then. I'm going to start this week. How's that? I'll quit shaving as of right now.
Or as of the last time you shaved.
Which was like half an hour ago.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, do it. I dare you. I triple dog dare you.
Yeah, I took a shower, shaved. Since Pam likes a beard, I mean, grow it out. Pam, is it all right? Can I grow out a full beard? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why is that look? What did you do? Did you call her?
No. I could hear the smile. I could hear the smile in her. Mm-hmm.
You hear the smile. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well.
Yeah.
Are you able to eat now or?
No. All right.
Pam, we're in the middle of a show. God damn it. Get out of here. Go make us some sandwiches. Go on. Coming in here asking if you've eaten already. We're in a show. Dang. Yes, it has been a while. Life happened, man. Life has been busy. And yeah, so, you know, sometimes you got to just handle life. And in the middle of the summer's kind of dead. Everybody's either on vacation or doing stuff on the weekends. My weekends have been packed. I know your weekends have been packed. You had a lot of fishing going on, and I've had a lot of other shit going on.
I had a blast this year. I'm catching carp that I never dreamed I'd ever catch. You know, I never even knew there was grass carp here until I started fishing here. I don't know, something like, shoot, I don't even know when I started. July 3rd, I think it was when we started. And I just happened to walk into a fishing spot that gave me a lot of nice fish. So it's a lot of fun.
It gave somebody else a lot of nice fish too, didn't it?
Yes, I was just going to say, I had a surprise visitor show up, just appeared out of thin blue air, just like, whoop, with blue undies.
I was just going to say, you thought of thin blue air because of his blue undies that he had on.
Blue undies, that's exactly what it was.
You know, it's funny because when you're telling that story, you buried the lead in the fact that you got to see Joker in his undies.
Oh,
I spent 4 days with him and I didn't even get to see him in his undies. So he must really like you.
Well, the problem of it was he stripped right in the middle of the parking lot.
Hey.
And I was like, whoa, what the heck? He said he had carp yuckies all over him, and he had to change. But we both were kind of covered with carp yuck.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I just wasn't going to change out there in the middle of the parking lot.
Well, he's got no shame in his game.
Yeah, he didn't. It was horrible.
When you have the belt for best 2024 best dad calves and self-proclaimed feet champion, you're gonna have no shame in your game. You're gonna take your pants off no matter where you're at to show that off.
Who said he had the best calves?
Well, apparently the judge. I think she was.
Yeah, definitely.
She was a little tipsy.
It was horrible. It was horrible. It was totally horrible. I have not been able to see straight since. I keep seeing.
Well, his ego has gotten so big. I'm surprised he could fit in his vehicle to drive down to you.
Well, I asked him to use a rolling pin on the back of his calves, to straighten him out instead of having the big hump,
So Joker's claiming that it was by request that he stripped down. I think there's a little bit of some stories from that weekend that you guys aren't sharing.
Well, I will tell you this much. Joker is a total different person in person than he is on the internet in my channel or in here. I will tell you that.
I think he's 100. A dickhead online and offline.
No, I'm serious. He is a wholly different person. Now, I said wholly. Now, he does have some holes in his shorts and stuff like that. But you know what I mean? Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised. I was waiting for this mean, grumpy old man, to be like grumpy and all he did was laugh the whole time he was there.
I'm a joy. Joker says I'm a joy. Well, your definition of a joy, Joker, and mine are slightly different, I think. But I still appreciate you.
Yeah. Look. Hotsters even come over and say hello.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Evening. Thanks for coming in.
Yes.
We haven't even done our housekeeping, which is fine. We'll get to it. It's been a while. We got to catch up a little bit. Joker and I were talking, and we do want to come down. I want to come down because I still have never caught a carp. So, and I know I can catch a carp up here, but why would I do that when I can come down and fish with some friends?
Well, the only problem is Joker may not allow you to come down. And, I let him have my hot spot. All right.
Yeah, I saw that.
Now, the problem with that is he'll never give it up because now when he left, he went to his vehicle and come back with a sign about like this. It says Joker's fishing spot. Stay the frick out. Yeah. And then he wondered, as he was leaving, he said, "Chief, can you give me that $2,500 now?" I'm like, "For what?" He said, "For fishing in my state." And I'm like, I can take 2 steps and be in Kentucky. He was actually in Kentucky with his feet, netting fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
did he have a Kentucky license?
Oh, no, he doesn't need one. You don't need one here. If you're sure? Kentucky or Illinois, you can fish either side.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was
checking.
legal.
I was going to make a phone call.
He was legal. No, he was legal. Look, I would, I was the only dumbass to go buy an Illinois fishing license to be able to fish over there because their secretary, when I called Illinois Department of Fish and Game, they told me that I had to have a fishing license. So when the game warden come down and checked me a few weeks ago, he's like, "Don't ever listen to our headquarters." And I'm like, what?
That's reassuring.
That is the phone number to call for questions about hunting and fishing. And now they're telling me not to listen to them. That really shocked me. You would
I mean,
think
it's
that
not the
they would
worst
know.
thing in the world. I mean, we could go up to Joker and we could go fishing with Joker and Banana Sack, and
Oh yeah.
it's not a complete throwaway.
It's
Just out of curiosity, what was the out-of-state Illinois fishing license for the? Did you get? I'm assuming you got the year.
Yes. All right. So here's how it goes. I checked Indiana, Illinois, Tennessee, Alabama, Missouri. They're all, except Illinois, they're all $60, and then you have about $6 in tax on buying them online. Now, if I went to one of their stores, I could buy it for $60.
Okay.
But if you buy it online, then you pay the extra $6. Illinois is the only state that is $30.
You know, I did not buy a license for Wisconsin this year yet. And I'm trying to remember. I think they were around $60 for a non-resident for the year.
Yeah, all the states around here. Kentucky, $60. If you come to Kentucky, it's going to cost you $60. And I'm really surprised Illinois hasn't tried to match these other states, unless they're trying to pull people in, which that'll do it. If you live here close, are you going to buy in Illinois for $30, or are you going to buy in Indiana for $60? You know, it's pretty easy to do that.
True. I didn't think of that. That's a good thought.
Yeah, I mean, there is
Joker
quite
said 55 for Wisconsin. So I knew it was right around $60.
Yeah, I didn't check Wisconsin. I just checked the states here close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no reason to go to Wisconsin anyway. So.
Well, the only reason I would go to Wisconsin is to go muskie fishing. That would be the only thing I'd go there for.
Yeah, but you could go to a real state like Minnesota and do the same thing.
Hold on. How is Minnesota? So Wisconsin's a fake state?
No, they're not fake, but they're fake winners because Wisconsin claims to have the most amount of lakes. They claim that they have more lakes than Minnesota. And it's just simply not a fact.
So they say Minnesota has 10,000 lakes. Is that correct?
We rounded down. It's more like 12,500-ish, give or take.
Oh, so it's more. So it's a land of 12,000 lakes instead of a land of 10,000.
Yeah, and if you Google it, you'll find that it'll tell you that Wisconsin has like 14,000 lakes. But the problem with this is Wisconsin, it's kind of like dick sizes. You know, in Wisconsin, they measure things a lot different than most people. So when they say they've got, they're packing 7 inches, it's probably like 3 or 4 is what I'm saying. The way they size up lakes in Wisconsin, it's what they call a lake is smaller in acreage.
Well, that's what I was just going to ask you. What constitutes a lake in Minnesota? Do you know that?
I don't. Joker probably knows. He could probably put it in the chat. I don't know. I don't remember, but I know what Wisconsin considers a lake is smaller in acreage than Minnesota. So even though they say they've got 14,000 some lakes, they don't. It's way less than Minnesota. If you only count the lakes 10 acres for Minnesota. And I think Wisconsin, wasn't it like 5 or 7 or something like that?
That's interesting because he's saying it's 10 acres for Minnesota.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what Kentucky. I have never looked up Kentucky to see what constitutes a lake versus a pond. And I know they're categorized like that, different.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny. You would think that they would have, but let me say something here. Joker just put 20 acres for Illinois. And I'm going to tell you, Illinois has some of the nicest, I've only been in the southern end. I have been to the northern end fishing, but not a lot. But this southern end has some beautiful lakes. Really, really nice lakes.
I don't doubt that one bit. I mean, you can almost go anywhere and find some beautiful lakes. Hell, you can go to Nevada and find gorgeous lakes. It's crazy. They're just using that as drinking water down there at this point.
Well, Let's do the house cleaning.
Yeah. Housekeeping? Mimi Fluff Pillow?
House cleaning.
House cleaning? Okay. It's been so long, we have to do some cleaning. Pam, get in here and do some cleaning. When you're done with our sandwiches. So everybody that is watching now, you obviously know that we're on Twitch as Cast and Camo. If you're watching on YouTube later or listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts, if you want to get in on some of the fun live, we are on Twitch as Cast and Camo. If you're watching now and you want to check us out later, if you want to look at old episodes, you can find us on YouTube at Cast and Camo TV. Subscribe, like, and comment. And what else we got? We have our website. I forget do we have a command for the website? I don't know. I'll just type it in because why not? castandcamotv.com is the website. Check us out there. You can see the last 10 episodes on the website. You can check out the merch on the website. You can check out everybody that's been on the show as a guest. Their links are all on the website. And speaking of, before our last episode, which was the Sasquatch hunt, which was a wild success.
Oh my Lord! Yes.
You actually sounded like raped.
I got mauled. Mauled.
Well, the sounds that were being given off sounded more like a sexual encounter, but
no. There was no. I was running for my life, and the Sasquatch grabbed my camera and was like carrying it so he could film it.
Okay, well, since I'm not sure if I haven't posted it on YouTube, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give you an example of what it sounded like, but in order to get the full effects, we got to do this. You got to do that because it was super dark, and this is what it sounded like.
All right, go ahead. Jeez, you're ready. Hey, stop it. You're starting to give me like my spine. I'm getting like tingly stuff in my spine. Now, quit it. That was horrible that night. I want to go for round 2 someday.
Okay.
But I don't want it to be as hot as it was. For some reason, when it's that hot outside, the mosquitoes love you. And if a Sasquatch gets close to you, that funk, the smell.
Is my camera flickering?
Yes, it is.
Let me undo it and redo it.
It is so bad, the smell, that the mosquitoes like hang out there. You know? Oh, that's a beautiful picture, Todd. I love it. Oh, you look gorgeous. Only half your face. You look like that guy that was on that TV show with Tim the Two-Time Taylor Man, whatever. Yeah, the neighbor guy. You know, that always peeked up over the fence.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. I didn't really watch that show very much.
Oh, I loved it.
Not a Tim Taylor guy. Or what's his real name?
Tim Taylor. Wilson. That was the guy's name next door. I loved him.
Yep.
Yeah, he was like the best thing since sliced bread.
Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Tim Allen.
What the heck is Dick Van Dyke?
Beak's mind is in the gutter. I started talking about dick sizes, and then Beak's ears perked up, and now she's back 5 minutes later.
Oh my Lord.
Right. So we have, that's what I was, before we get the episode that we did before the Sasquatch hunting, we had Jamie, the mushroom lady, Jamie, Chick of the Woods, the forager. I actually met up with Jamie last Monday night. I think it was Monday night. And I tried my mushroom for the very first time in my life. She brought some mushrooms to the bar that she had just cooked right before she left, and it's on her Instagram.
So you love it now?
They were okay. I don't know that I would like seek them out. I would try other ones. I'm open.
What kind of mushroom did you have, though?
Oh God, I'm gonna butcher. Is it chanterelles? Chanterelles.
Yeah, I've heard of them. I don't know if I've ever had chanterelles, but I've heard of them. But I like the morel better than all the mushrooms.
Yeah, well, I'll have to try the morel. I'm willing to now that I've popped my mushroom cherry. I'm willing to try other mushrooms. I'm not bold enough that I want to put it on other foods. Like I'm not going to get a pizza with mushrooms. I'm not going to get a steak with mushrooms.
Oh, you got to get a steak with mushrooms. What's the matter with you?
Look, you know me. I like meat in my mouth.
Yeah.
I leave my meat alone.
And we hate pickles.
Yes, hate pickles.
All right. So we love mushrooms.
I don't know. I don't know yet. I had one. Well, I had two, but I had one type of mushroom. But I'm willing to try more and go from there.
Now, one thing Pam does do at the store, she'll buy the big mushrooms.
Yep.
Got them out and fill them with sausage and cheese and bake them in the oven. And they are really good. I love it. A mushroom like that. Stuffed mushroom. They're like the best.
Okay. I mean, meat, good. Cheese, good.
Yep. Come on.
I'd be willing to try it. That's all I can say. I don't know if I like it or not. But the one thing we haven't talked about yet, as we are chatting, they're scrolling in between us, is our sponsors. Our first sponsor, Texas Select Seasoning, ! BBQ if you're in our Twitch chat, to get that website to go order yourself some seasoning or glaze or anything that you want. Cast and camo in all caps to get 15% off at Texas Select Seasoning. Seark Boats, ! Seark, SEAARK. Check out their boats. I haven't looked at their website in a while. I wonder when they're coming out with their 2025s. I wonder if they have anything new. We haven't talked to.
Yes, they do have a brand new boat coming out. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the last I heard, I think it's either September or October that boat's coming out.
Nice. Do you know what it is? Do you have the inside intel?
Well,
is it a crappie boat?
I was told a little bit. All I can tell you, no, it's a pretty big boat. And they're gonna come out with a smaller boat edition for people that can maybe afford them. It may only be like 40,000 instead of 80,000. You know what I mean? Yeah, like.
I don't think any boat dealer has a boat brand new at 40,000 anymore.
Yeah, so
doesn't exist.
I think they're going to try to come out with a smaller boat edition for people, like not even like me. I can't even afford
not like we can't
boat.
we can't even afford that version.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
They're good boats. If you catfishing boats, they're phenomenal. And I've seen a lot of the cat. What is it, the big cat, the big one, like the 24-foot?
Well, they have the Pro Cat is the 24. Yes.
Yeah, that's a beautiful boat.
Yes.
You can do everything on there. You can suntan. You can read a book. You can probably do adult things. There's plenty of room and cushioning.
I think they even come out now with the 24, the Pro Cat 24. I think it actually has a hummingbird that comes with it, the big hummingbird.
Oh, sure.
So I'm like, yeah, you ought to have everything on there. There should be 4 hummingbirds on that thing with the 24-inch screen. Correct.
With Altera and a kicker. It should have everything for that price.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Now, the kicker on the side.
Yep.
You guys use it a lot more than we do down here.
Yeah, you guys don't need it.
Yeah. I mean, when you're fishing the river system and that, it's easier with the trolling motor to move around, or if you spot a fish on something, you can pull back up with your trolling motor on top of it. You guys use these kicker motors basically for trolling for walleye, muskie, stuff like that, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And we don't, I mean, we got walleye here. We got a lot of walleye. But the problem of it is, you don't see anyone trolling for walleye here.
Really?
On the river system, no. I've never seen anyone trolling for walleye. They go to the dams and they jig the dams for the walleyes. You don't see anyone downriver trolling for walleye. Like Now, if you got a lake around here that has walleye in it, then you'll start seeing that. They do a lot of drifting for walleye,
Sure.
stuff like that. But no, it's not as prominent here as it is up in Minnesota, Wisconsin, stuff like that.
Yeah, well, not in Wisconsin because we've already determined their lakes are much punier and smaller than ours, so they don't really need. If you want to send your hate mail, send it to chieffoxtv@gmail.com.
Well, thank you.
Yep,
I
no
appreciate that. Yeah.
Yep, no problem. And last but not least, Deer 30, our third and final current sponsor, which is a good segue into our conversation tonight because we're going to be talking what's right around the corner, just a little over a month away, at least for me. I don't know exactly when your bow season opens. Do you know?
Yes, it is. Let me make sure of the date. It's the first Saturday in September.
Oh, so yours is a month away.
Yes. Let's see. September 7th this year.
Okay.
So
I
we
haven't
will
looked at our
be.
exact date, but it's usually right around the 15th, 16th, 17th.
And
whatever
the
that
only
Saturday is.
reason our season comes open really early here is because Kentucky feels that they want people to try to get a deer in full velvet.
But why?
Well, this was a problem we had in Pennsylvania at one time. This was brought up really big in PA. Hunters want to kill one deer in velvet to have it mounted to put on their wall. I don't know what the infatuation is with this, but it was turned down every year in PA, and it's still turned down. Here, we usually get, like, if it falls on September 1st or September 2nd, we usually get about 2 weeks before the deer start knocking their velvet off their antlers where they start itching.
Sure.
And usually about the second going into the third week of September, the deer will go into the corn stalks and start, like, their horns start itching. And that's when they start rubbing on something soft. They don't tackle big trees then or saplings because then they're going to start bending their antlers because they're still a little bit soft. So, yeah, I don't know why we do it. I can't never hunt down here in September. It is like 190 degrees out, and the mosquitoes will carry you away.
Yeah, that is the downfall of it. It's like for me, opening deer season for bow and gun, it's like Christmas. It's as a 8-year-old kid, it's like waking up for Christmas morning, and you get out there on that first day of bow hunting, and you get carried away by these mosquitoes that are the size of helicopters. And you basically run back to your truck and you're like, never going bow hunting again. This sucks. I hate hunting in September. It's awful. It's hot. You're sweating. Yeah. You know, you're like, where's my gold bond? It's too hot out here. Mosquitoes are biting you all over the place. And then you don't go out again until October.
Right.
But you get super excited. Get super excited for that first day.
Well,
and you're never going to shoot a deer on the first day of opener anyway, unless you're going to take one in velvet, I guess.
I'm going to tell you something. I have never, ever shot a deer on the first day of, even in Pennsylvania. It seems to be more like the second week, like the middle of October when the deer it just seems like the deer are just wandering around in the beginning of the season. They're not on any set path like they are in the middle of October, you know. I don't know. I'm wasting my time going hunting in September. That I can tell you. And I may go down there and kill one of the biggest bucks ever in velvet. I'm not interested in killing a deer in velvet.
I'm not either.
I never have been.
Actually.
Yeah.
I like the hard antlers. I don't like the velvet. I think they look ugly. They feel weird.
The one, I had a deer that was illegally shot one night. I arrested the guy who shot it.
Oh, I thought you shot it illegally.
No.
Oh,
this guy shot it at like 2:30 in the morning in front of me. I was sitting in the middle of a field, and we had several deer being shot in that area. And this guy shoots this large 10-point in full velvet. I end up taking the deer and taking the antlers and mounting it on like
A plaque.
just the plaque. All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I used the treatment for it that they give you to put on it. I'm going to tell you what, that was the most sickening smell while that is dry. I had it in my garage, and I was like, I can't believe people actually. Now, once it dried out and was good and solid, there was never a smell with it again. But it took it 6 months to get rid of that smell off of them antlers.
Yeah.
So I don't know what. I don't think it's really cool to have. I'm not even interested in it. Unless
it's like a completely non-typical. Even then, I would much prefer. But the thing is, if you're out there and it has velvet on, there's no guarantees you're going to see that deer again in the fall.
Right, exactly. Yep.
Damn deer.
Unless you are using deer 30.
Correct.
You'll see that deer back. So make sure you order that deer 30 so that deer will come back to you. That's all you got to do.
If you've planted your minerals and done your food plots with your deer 30 carb, then yeah, you're going to see that deer on a regular basis.
Awesome.
Because their shit works.
Well, one of the questions I've got for you, if we lived in Florida or Louisiana or Southern Alabama or Texas, how do these, even in October, because it's so freaking hot down there? That's got to be, I've been in Texas in October and it's still 95 degrees. How the heck are they hunting? And them deer still come into rut during that time when it's hotter than heck. And if you're going to kill a deer, you're going to have to be out there when they're in the rut too. You know, I mean,
yeah,
I can't do that. I don't know.
Here's how they do it. At least in Texas, they put up a big feeder. It's kind of like somebody I know in Kentucky. They put up a big feeder with all this food, and then they sit in a blind that has an air conditioner.
Oh, wait a minute. That doesn't happen in Kentucky.
Not in Kentucky, but in Texas, there's air conditioners in those blinds.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Right?
I would be like hunting that forever. Yeah. You know, I just thought of something. We need to actually show how to build a deer cooler on this show.
A what?
A deer cooler where you hang your deer up.
Cooler.
Since it's so hot outside, you can actually build one to hang your deer up so you don't have to process it that quick.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah, and you can do that in a variety of different ways too, which is kind of cool. And I happen to have an empty fish house that I bought that all I would need to do is put on a front end with a door with some plywood and cover the windows, and then you just get one of those portable air conditioners, I suppose. So you just
we have a stainless steel cart on wheels that'll hold 4 deer, but we need to get a new air conditioner for it. And you just get a small air conditioner and put in there. You can wheel that around in the shop and have your deer hanging up in it.
Hell yeah! See, and JB's confirming it. It's still hot as the devil's balls during the rut in Alabama.
I feel bad for people that are in Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, New Mexico. That's got to be Arizona. I can't even imagine hunting in Arizona.
Those are all fake animals.
Oh, Arizona has fake animals?
Yeah, well they're retired.
Okay.
They moved to Arizona once they retire.
Okay.
And then they just hang out there. So they're old and it's not really hunting.
Okay. All right. Well, I didn't know that. I'm glad you told me that. Is there anyone in our chat from Arizona? Because we'd like to apologize for what Bex is doing.
No, I know nothing about hunting in Arizona. I've never looked up hunting in Arizona. I suppose they have. I suppose they have mountain lions, cougars,
Bears?
Do they have bears?
I don't know. You said mountain. I just figured I'd throw bears in there with
they
it.
probably have bears.
Well, look it up.
Mountains.
Is there bears in Arizona?
Yeah, is there bears in Arizona?
Hold on. Bears
See, they got mountains. There's always bears in mountains.
Yeah, all right. Bears, yes. Black bears are the only species in Arizona. Yeah.
The only species of bears.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it might even be on humans, too. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. That was a mistake. Holy smokes. I don't know. I don't know anyone from Arizona. Jeez.
We haven't even talked about our topic yet.
Oh, what is our topic, by the way?
Well,
Sasquatch.
No.
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 Oh, I thought we was going Sasquatch hunting again.
No. I changed that. Now we're on crossbows and compound bows.
Oh.
Which is why we started talking about bow hunting season is coming. And we wanted to talk about crossbows. And the one thing I forgot to look up today is how many states allow crossbows during bow season.
Ooh, that's a good question.
You
gonna look it up for me?
Sure. Minnesota just started last year. So that was why I started shooting the crossbow last year, because it was the first year that we were allowed to without a medical permit. Dear Google, how many states allow crossbow hunting on-air production meeting during bow season? Let's see what it says. 29 states. 29 states. Most recently, Minnesota, Connecticut, Kansas, and Mississippi.
Oh, so Mississippi actually did it.
Yeah. So 29 states. And if my math is correct, that's half of the United States.
All right. So let me ask, JB, I don't know if you're in here. So Alabama, I remember reading something. Was it last year or the year before? Did Alabama accept that yet? PA, I think, was beat. I'm not sure. I think you have to have a medical. They may have changed it. I don't know if PA's on that or not. But at one time, like when I first moved here, you had to have a medical. PA
is legal.
Anyone?
It is mostly the central and eastern states that are legal.
Okay.
Go figure. Oregon, it's illegal for all hunters. Frickin' Oregon.
Well, I don't know if you remember. I know you're not old enough. God, I hate saying this stuff live on air. It makes me look old. But I remember when we just had recurves before compound bows come out or anything.
Yep.
Which made hunting really a unique and awesome way to deer hunt, because you couldn't hold the bow back very long. If you had a 50-pound or a 60-pound recurve, buddy, when you pulled it back, you had to let go. There was no messing around.
No.
So now, when the compounds come out, you could get 60% draw knockoff. You could pull back and anchor and hold. So if you've got a deer coming in, now it's like, now I pull up my crossbow and I can sit there all day waiting on the deer to come. And I've got a scope on it, and it's like muzzleloader season. When they first come out, it was flintlock. It was strictly, you had to use flint and powder in the pan. And now I've got a percussion rifle here that can shoot 300 yards dead on a dime. And I feel just as good as I do with my 30-06 out there deer hunting.
Yeah,
when you pull the trigger, it's gone. I mean, there is no. I remember people shooting flintlocks when they seen the flash, they jerk their head and miss the deer a lot of times because there's like a split second before that gun actually fires. Same way with the bow. They're making it more and more. I don't know why they just don't say, all right, guys, just go out with your deer rifles and you can start hunting September 1st right on through the deer season with your deer rifle. Seriously.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's still a big difference. I mean, you have a 300-yard range with the rifle. You don't quite have that even with the crossbow.
Oh, no. But you can still shoot a good 50 yards with a crossbow.
Yes.
And there's no one else out in the woods moving the deer. You know, it just gets, I just think they're going too far with it to making it easier for hunters.
Oh, and it's every year it gets even crazier. I mean, I don't know what FPS your crossbow is. I'm guessing 300, 330,
360.
360. I mean, you look at those now, the new ones, I mean, they're pushing 450, 480.
425, 450. Yeah, unreal.
That's intense. That's intense.
Yeah.
And you strictly are a crossbow at this point, correct?
Yeah, I have to be because of my back. And the problem of it is, you know, when I first got this crossbow, I didn't even have the actual rope to pull it back. So this has 2 pulleys on it that you can put on there and draw your bow back. Well, I wasn't able to do it. So when I went bow hunting first with this crossbow, Ryan would have to cock the bow. And then I'd go get my tree stand. I had one shot. One shot. That was it.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
If he didn't go hunting, I'd have to stop at his house and get him to cock the bow before I went hunting. So you have one shot, and you better make sure that it's on. And you're getting, so when he is not with me, or then I made sure that I didn't shoot more than 25 yards at a deer. I made sure they were on. I don't know how many deer I let walk past me because of that one shot ability. And even if I injured one, I'd have to get another arrow, and there's no way of cocking it. So what do I got to do? I got to call Ryan. Ryan, come down here. Get out of your tree stand and come over here and cock my bow. You know, it was horrible. But now,
how did he do it without that pulley?
He just grabbed it and pulled it back.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, so anyway, now they come out with these cockers on it. Don't take that wrong. So it has the crank on it that you can crank the bow back. And I can do it now. And I don't have no problem at all with doing this.
You're a big boy now.
Yeah, I'm a big boy. They've actually made something that we can actually use for old men. Don't say a word. Joker.
I have
Joker
a cocker on mine too.
Joker could even hunt with this bow.
Well, let's not get crazy.
Well, no, maybe not.
He has the best calves. He doesn't have the best back and arms and shoulders.
Well, see, this is what I'm talking about. This bow here, I've got a scope. I never had a scope on my recurve or my compound. I can cock the bow back. I've got, I don't know. This thing's just like a rifle to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
like there's no kick.
Oh yeah, there is no kick. So it's kind of neat. I enjoy it. I love the bow for me because if I had to hunt with my compound or with a recurve, I'm done deer hunting with a bow and arrow. That would be the end of it. This helps me.
Did you happen to watch any of the Olympics archery?
No, I have not.
It was amazing. These guys are incredible. They were using recurves. I'd never caught how far they were shooting, but it had to be at least 40 yards, at least. I don't know if it was more than that, but these guys were amazing. That was fun to watch.
Yeah.
I've never shot a recurve, never once. I probably never will.
You need to try it someday. If
Really?
you're ever around someone that has one, you will really be impressed with what you can do today.
Really?
I mean, as soon as you draw back, you're gonna have to release almost within a split second or two of holding that bow back.
There's no cams there. There's nothing holding that tension other than yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times back when the recurves, when I had my first recurve, I think I had a 45 pound when I was 12 years old. And I had a really rough time trying to hold that back at any time to sight in because I always shot instinctive. Mm-hmm. And when I got my compound, I shot instinctive. So a lot of people had all the little, sights with 5 or 6 pins and that. I never did that. I've always shot instinctive.
Not even on your compound bow?
No, never. I never had sights ever on any of my bows, and I shot good. I don't know how. I bet you I've killed deer in 5 different states with bow and arrow, with my compound, and with the recurve.
And there's not a single pin.
No. I always had Matthew bows, compound bows. My first compound was a Matthew, and then I bought another Matthew's compound. But it's just like anything else. Every year, these bows keep getting faster and faster. So my first one was like 135 foot per second, my first compound.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when I brought it to town and shot it next to my uncle's with the recurves, I think they all bought compounds within the next because their arrows would lob going into the target. Mine shot straight in. And they were so impressed with it that they all started buying compounds almost instantly. I mean, what a difference. And then I could sit there and hold it with 60% off. And they're just like, why would we want to use these when we can use that? And it's the same way with these too.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure. Yeah, when they came out with the compound bows, the naysayers all said you might as well just use napalm. Everybody's going to be shooting thousands of deer because it's so much easier. It's not really been the case. No. But and people are saying the same thing with crossbows. They have a little, maybe. Well, like you said, it's no different than a rifle, other than the range.
Well, and I use the Horton arrows, the carbon Horton arrows is what I use on it. I use a lot smaller of a broadhead because of the flight. The bigger broadheads on these crossbows, I think, do not shoot as accurate and their flight isn't as great as the smaller broadheads. That's my opinion, only mine. One of the things you do when you do have your bow cocked, you got to release that at the end of the day of hunting. You're not supposed to go home with that crossbow cocked. So before, I would take this, and I probably should have carried a target arrow with me.
Right.
But I would shoot that bow out, and I was ruining my good arrows. So they come out with these, and it took me a little while before I pulled the trigger on these, but these are decocking arrows. They cost about $30. You can shoot it right into the ground. It doesn't get buried in the ground at all. And it decocks your bow, and it saves you a lot of bull crap. They're actually nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick one of those up this year. Well, I haven't really even decided which route I'm gonna go this year. I hunted with the crossbow all year last September and October and November. I might go back to the compound bow this year. I obviously didn't have very good success with the crossbow last year. Probably need some extra time with shooting it. And it was new to me last year. I had never shot a crossbow until I bought that and started shooting it. So it was new to me. I'm not making excuses. I still, to this day, I still think I made good shots on both deer. I should have got the first one for sure, but it jumped me. And the second one was probably quartered too far away. That was probably a bad decision. But it didn't look like it was quartered away as much as it. When I watched it back, it was quartering away harder than I remembered watching it live or seeing it live. I didn't think it was that quartered that far away, but clean shots. Those crossbows, man, they are freaking slick.
How much practicing did you do, honestly, before the season? Because you brought up a good point that I want to try to make with the crossbow, though.
I probably shot 200 rounds.
All right. So you've shot compounds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Quite a few times.
Yeah.
How much practicing do you think you did with your compound before deer season come in?
So much more.
Okay. So this is my point. I can pick this bow up right now and go out there at 40 yards and hit dead bullseye right now. And I'm like, oh, great. I'm right on target. I don't even have to worry about it no more. But when I had my crossbow or my compound bow and my recurve, I would be out there starting in August shooting every day when I'd come home from work for an hour and a half in the evenings before deer season ever got here in the mid-October. I do not do that now. And I think that's a fault of ours because you're so confident in this being able to shoot. One thing people don't do a lot of is get in a stand and shoot out of a stand. If you're able to put a stand, there is a big difference shooting out of a tree stand, than you are on the ground. 100% difference.
When I'm practicing in my backyard with my compound, I'm actually sitting in my dining area shooting out the door towards my target in my backyard.
Wait a minute, you're in the house shooting outside?
Absolutely.
Well, you cheater.
How's that cheating?
You're getting air conditioning.
Well, yeah.
I don't have air conditioning out here in the backyard.
Sounds like a you problem. I can't put a deer stand up in my backyard without the city or the cops coming and knocking on my door and saying, yo, what are you doing? So I sit in my dining area. So I get the height of just like I'm in my deer stand. But I'm not in my deer, so nobody can see that I'm doing that.
It bothers me that I don't practice as much as I used to.
Yes.
It really does. Yeah. And anyone that's ever bow hunted prior to these damn things being out knows exactly what I'm talking about, because we put in so much time making, and especially me shooting instinctive. That I love to do. I don't like to use any kind of pin or anything. I actually was very good shooting instinctive.
I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Not only does my compound bow have a sight on it. Well, I went from, I think I had a 4-pin or 5-pin sight, and I went down to a single pin. But it's I'm not going to call it cheating. It's just technology, right? I mean, as technology grows, us as outdoors people purchase this technology because it's there and it makes things easier, more convenient. So on my compound bow, it's a single pin. I range, talk about gear that everybody needs for bow hunting. You range it with your rangefinder. And if it's at 38 yards, I turn my dial to 38, and that's sighted in now for 38 yards. If it's at 43 yards, I turn my dial to 43 yards. That pin's at 43 yards. If it's at 27, I dial it back.
So have you ever seen the pendulum sight for tree stands?
No.
All right. So I bought one and I missed 2 deer the first year I had it. And I was so mad. And then like 2 years later, other people was getting them. So it's a one sight and it actually moves up and down on your bow. So the more you draw down, that actually picks up. All right.
Really?
So this pendulum sight is actually now is very good. And the way they make it is if no matter when you sight it in on the ground straight on, you go up in the tree stand, you shoot, it should be dead on no matter where you're at. If the deer's up a hill and you're on the ground or you're in a tree, this pendulum, I don't know if you've looked it up or not, but they are they are very good. Now, when they first come out, I bought one just for the heck of it. And I missed both deer with it because I didn't sight it in on the ground. I sighted it in the tree.
Oh.
And I did it totally backwards. So then I was way off on shooting. So it's something, if you really want one sight, that pendulum is supposedly the cat's ass.
I mean, the super expensive ones are getting decent reviews, but I don't know. I don't remember what I spent on my site. It was probably, I can't say it too loud because my wife's right upstairs, but it was probably $200 or $250 for the site. But I mean, and it was complicated as all get out to get sighted in, which is why when I put it on, I mean, you need to, when you go out there with that, if you're going to put that dial at 28 yards, you're expecting that to be zeroed in at 28 yards. So there was a lot of practice.
Do you mark your tree stands? Like when we'll just say last year you're hunting out of that one tree stand on the second buck, not the first one, the second buck that you shot. Do you have something that you know your yardage is out there? Do you have like
landmarks
there, or do you make a paint on a tree, a little bit of paint that you know that's your 30-yard mark?
I have landmarks. So once I depending on where I'm sitting and what stand I'm sitting in, there's different landmarks, whether it's a fence post or a tree or whatever it might be, because you never know where they're going to come from, right? So you need multiple from this angle, from that angle to this angle to that angle. You need to know multiple different spots on what your distance is,
right?
Because you don't always have the option or the ability to raise your hand and put your laser on it to find out the exact yardage. So yeah, I always have an idea of, I don't bother past 35 yards because I don't need to take a shot over 35 yards. There's no need for it. Well, 40. Now with the crossbow, I'll stay around 40. I could go further. I'm confident in 45, maybe even 50, but if I need to shoot a deer with a crossbow at 50 yards, I where I hunt, kind of like you, there's deer everywhere.
Right.
So I'm not going to push my luck. I'm not going to push it. Right. And if it's a big buck, I'm probably not going to take a shot at a big buck at 50 yards, even with a crossbow. I'm not going to do it.
Well, that's where you're different than a lot of people. Most people that see that great big buck, they got to get that shot. Even at 60 yards, some of them are trying it.
And they can if they're practicing zeroed in and confident at 60 yards, by all means have at it. I'm not, and I don't plan on being.
90% of the time your deer are going to still jump that crossbow at 60 yards.
Absolutely.
And people don't realize when you pull that trigger on these damn things compared to that compound, my compound was very, very quiet. This, it sounds like I'm shooting a cannon in the woods.
Yeah.
When you pull that trigger, I mean, and I guess that's why it's a little bit faster, but you still see the deer. If you're watching a video of like you shooting, you watch both of them, you'll see them deer squat.
Yeah, the bellies will hit the ground for sure.
Yeah, and that's why I've always held right at the bottom of their, when they're out there past 30 yards, I'm holding right down here at the bottom because I know he's going to drop
Go
down.
down. Yep.
I mean, I take that chance, but it usually works out in my favor if they're past 30. Now, you get a deer 15 yards. The chances of it dropping is very slim.
Yeah, well, when you're shooting 330 feet per second, 15 yards, they're shot before they hear that sound. But yeah, they're not quiet. I mean, you can get some that claim they're super quiet. You're not getting a quiet crossbow under $1,500, $1,200.
No. Well, I don't even
the ones that are $2,400, $2,500, $3,200.
They're still loud.
They're still loud.
Yep, and that's what we were talking about before the show. So the top bow right now is a 10-point. Now, let me explain something. I went and investigated the 10-point last year. I went to a really well-known archery shop that sells hundreds of bows. They told me with these new crossbows that are shooting at 400 foot per second, you have to replace the string every year. Every year. That's what they're telling you. Now, this bow I have here, I've replaced it one time since I've had it. And I mean, it's been 5 years since I changed it now. It's actually very good, but they told me if you're going to buy that 10-point, you need to replace it, and it's about $150 to $200 to replace that string every year.
Yep.
I mean, they've got, like right now, their top bow is the 10-point Venom X, 390 foot per second. And it's the lightest bow ever built for a crossbow.
Wow. And just imagine that for a second. Now you're taking something that weighs probably less than, does it say the weight? Is it less than 3 pounds?
I'm trying to look it up right now because it is on $999 for this bow.
I mean, which is really not that bad.
6.9 pounds.
6.9 pounds. Giggity.
So, I don't know what mine weighs, but mine's heavy. It's a heavy crossbow.
Yeah. I don't know what mine's. I don't know what that weighs. It's probably around 8 pounds, I'd guess.
Okay. What do you have? You look like you have almost the same bow as I do. Yours is a Barnett also?
Yeah, this is a Barnett TS380.
Hold on. Let me look that up.
And it's got what you were talking about, that crank.
Right. What did you say is a Barnett what?
TS380.
Let's just see what the weight is.
Barnett's a great crossbow.
Oh, I do like Barnett. You got to be kidding me. They're not going to tell me the weight?
It's got to be somewhere.
It comes right up on the other ones, but this one, what the heck?
Probably don't make it anymore. It's usually more.
No, it's there. You're going to be about $100 for that bow.
How much?
$650 right now.
Okay.
And you can get it if you have Prime. They give you $12.51 off if you want that.
Bonus.
All right, so let me. Oh my Lord, Vexus 10-point TRX 515. It is the fastest, most accurate, most advanced crossbow in the world. They just come out with $4,999.
Do you have any idea how many good hookers we could get for that money? And you'd have a hell of a lot more fun than buying a crossbow with it.
Oh my Lord.
That's just stupid.
Why would you pay that much money? So it is 515 foot per second. That's the fastest bow I think I've ever seen.
That's so now what I was trying to get to with 6.9 giggity pounds for that other bow that you were talking about. That if that's going 400 and some feet per second, the inertia that is creating, that force on those strings, I could see why they would say you have to replace them every year if you're practicing like you should be, and you're putting rounds on those strings. That's so much force. That's a lot of force that those strings and cams are taking. They're taking a pounding.
These cams on this 515 are unreal. This must be brand new, just coming out.
Maybe it's a prototype.
The most advanced aiming system on the market they have now. It's a Garmin. Let me see where they've got it.
Site has a GPS on it.
Probably. It probably shoots itself. I imagine.
Seeking
For
Garmin.
$5,000, I mean, that's got to be.
It's the Garmin Live Scope of version of hunting.
So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much everything you need. It has a 3-pound trigger on this. This is just nuts. It has stabilizers on the front end of it. 2 stabilizers. It's got the most.
Seems odd. I don't know why you'd need stabilizers on your crossbow, but whatevs.
Well, I think it's because it's so short. This bow looks like it's that big.
Yeah.
And it's probably this wide, Vexus. It is really.
Have you ever shot the inverted crossbows?
No, I've always been like really leery of them.
Yeah, who did was it Bortz that got the inverted one, or Bill?
No, Bill did. Bill got the inverted, I think. Yes.
And it exploded on him.
Yes. And I'm telling you, that's been my problem with this. If these things explode, it's going through your arm.
Yeah.
There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
No.
And that's why I take my bow every year to a bow place and have them inspect all the limbs really good. Because if there's a hairline crack, I want to know about it before I even cock this thing.
Right. Yeah. No, for sure.
Cost me $20 to have them inspect my bow every year, and I think it's well worth it.
Who needs arms? Banana says.
Well, you don't if you look like Banana. I heard he had the nicest looking legs in the world. I heard he had the most beautiful calves.
Banana Sack?
What do you mean, Banana? What? That sounds like a question.
Banana has the most beautiful looking something, but it's not the calves.
No. I seen him standing beside Joker when Joker forgot to bring a drink, and Banana had to. I think that's the most amazing thing, to have your buddy actually bring you a drink while you're fishing that cares about you that much. Would you bring me a drink, Vexus, from your house if I didn't have a drink while I was fishing?
If I live close to you, yeah, I would.
Yeah, you would actually. You're going to work, and I ringy-dingy you up, and I said, "Hey, Vexus, bring a drink. Would you drive 20 minutes out of your way to come over here on your way to work to drop me off a drink? And please wear long pants because I don't want your legs looking better than mine." Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
I don't know that I'd go 20 minutes out of my way. I would probably say, Uber Eats some drink, you bitch, and next time bring your own. But if it's on my way, like if it's just kind of out of my way, but pretty much on my way, yeah, I would I would bring you something.
Well,
I wouldn't bring Joker anything.
Well, I thought it was really nice, a banana. And then Banana's standing there beside Joe. You got to bring that video up. And I'm looking at the legs, and I'm like, shut up, Banana. I'm trying to help you. I'm looking at the legs, and I'm like, wait a minute. Joker claims that he has the nicest legs because he uses Jergens lotion. But Banana doesn't use any lotion, and his legs actually looked, they were actually slicker looking, like no hair, and they actually look kind of sexy to me. Uh-oh. We lost Vegas? Texas? Are you there?
Oh, I'm muted. I had my thing muted. I pushed the wrong button.
Oh, all right.
I was trying to say, it looks like Banana, I would watch myself because it looks like you, Eric, might have a little bit of a crush on you.
Oh, I do. I think he's got, I think he really looks sexy in them legs. He's got to do this more on stream.
Okay.
Don't forget, I seen Joker in shorts in his underwear, you know? I mean,
in his underwear, yeah.
Yeah, that I'll never get that out of my head.
I'm surprised you haven't had to see a therapist. That's a lot of nightmares, I'd imagine. Does it say on that super crossbow that you were looking at, does it say what the draw is?
29-inch.
Poundage. Does it say? It probably doesn't say.
Hold on.
The reason I even bring that up is, I don't know if we have people in here that have never shot a bow or interested in bow hunting, whether it's, compound, we'll start with compound. Everybody, it's like, if you're not pulling back a 70-pound draw, you're not a man. And the bottom line is that's 1000% bull crap. It has nothing to do with your testicular fortitude, your draw. You can kill a deer. If you're going for deer, you can kill a deer at 40 pounds of draw. I think my compound is set at like 55 pounds, and mostly because of my shoulder. I'll pop my shoulder out. But a lot of times I'll hear guys that are gals, guys, it doesn't matter, who's getting into bow hunting and wants to buy a compound bow, and they are so worried about what their draw pound is going to be when it should be set at like 25 to 40 at the very most when you first start out. Because what I have learned through the years is it's less about the poundage that you're pulling back and more about the technique and the form that you're pulling back. And Banana, if you can, once you get that technique down, you can absolutely go up to 65, 70 pounds, whatever you can draw back, because you have the technique down, the proper form. It's like lifting weights, right? You don't just sit down on a bench or lay down on a bench and try to bench press 250 pounds if you've never done it before, unless you're like me, All
right, so I found a different site on this. Let me just read this to you real quick.
Okay.
It's measuring just 29 inches and 6-inch narrow. Reverse draw. This one has a reverse draw. TRX 515 shoots 515 foot per second, making it the most fastest and most accurate crossbow in the world. All right. It is, I just found the weight of it, 7.2 pounds. It has, so the scope has a revolutionary Garmin 0X1i range finding scope. Forget the days of gap shooting with multiple aim points. Simply range, lock, and fire.
Wow. I want the scope. You can keep the crossbow. Just give me that scope.
I don't know what the scope cost. We need to look that up. But
it can't be that crazy if the crossbow is $1,000.
No, the crossbow's 5,000.
Oh, that's right. Wrong one.
This crossbow is $5,000.
That site's probably 1,200 then. or that scope. That's crazy. That's badass though. I mean, leave it to Garmin. It's about time somebody came up with that technology, and it's probably been out there for who knows how long. I've never seen it or heard of it, but
I mean,
that's great. That's a great idea.
Range finding scope. Oh shit!
I want to buy one.
You want to know the price?
That is, I'm okay, Eric. I'm going to tell you.
What do you think it is?
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say retail $18.99.
You're an asshole. You looked it up.
No, I don't even know how to look it up.
It's $17.99.
Is it really?
Yes,
okay.
it is. It's $17.99 for this.
I went up to $18.99 because originally I said $1,200, and I thought about it. I'm like, that's too low.
All right. So, what do you think the weight is? This damn thing is
Of the scope?
Yes. This is unreal. I just seen that.
The scope. Half a pound.
2 pounds. 1.9 pounds is what this scope weighs. Yes. I'm looking right at it. The dimensions are 6.2 by 2.6 by 3.7, weight 1.9 pounds.
Yeah, you could cross train with that.
And
That's crazy.
It can handle bows up to 650 foot per second, out to 80 yards.
Look, why? I guess that's my main question. When I hear this, it sounds badass. And if you have money to spend on badass, by all means, go and do it. But why? Why would you need that?
Oh my God! It's got a laser. It has a laser lock, like locator lock. It has an electronic leveler. It's got a compass. The angle is compensated by the distance. It has auto brightness, so as it gets dark, it keeps getting brighter. It dual rangefinder triggers, shot counter.
Shot counter? What the hell do you need a shot counter for?
Impulse duration. What the hell is an impulse duration?
It sounds sexy. I don't know. I don't understand the why. I don't understand the why. My response to anybody that buys that and is a serious hunter, I would say you need to get better at hunting. Because if your deer are at that distance that you need that kind of a crossbow, you're not good.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. These bows keep going up and up and up to where we might as well just use a 30-06 rifle.
Right. Right.
I mean, according to what I just read for this new bow, 515 foot per second, you just aim at the deer no matter where it's at and you're going to hit it. Perfect.
Yeah.
The only thing it can do is maybe jump, but going up another 150 more than mine? I don't know. Maybe out of 40 yards, they won't even jump there now.
You could spend a fifth of that and get a really nice crossbow.
Oh.
You'd spend less than that scope and get a really nice crossbow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just dumb. It's not dumb. It's cool. I mean, it's cool,
right.
But it's self-leveling, self-distancing. I mean, you might as well make it so you just say, shoot, and it pulls the trigger for you. That's probably not.
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you. When my Matthews bow first come out, I paid like $600 for the one Matthews I had. And now that Matthews bow, within like 2 to 3 years, it dropped like $200. So I imagine this bow's going to drop too after it. But this is a year for this bow.
Yeah.
But this is actually incredible. I'm gonna actually send you the link of this.
Are you gonna buy it for me? Is that what you're gonna do?
No, you're gonna buy it for me.
I thought that's what you have Rachel for.
No, I sent this to you so you could buy it for me. I mean, I think it'd be great. So there you go. There's the bow, and I mean that's the most impressive bow I think I've ever seen.
That's amazing. It is amazing, and it does look very pretty.
Oh, and if you want to look up the Garmin,
I'll post it in chat.
I mean, this thing is. And here is, I'm going to send you the information. Uh-oh, what happened? I lost him. Guess what? I'm the only one on. Party time. We lost him. He posted it in chat and he's gone. Unless I'm gone. All right, what happened to him? I can't hear him. Chat. Did I lose him? Hello? Did I leave or did he leave? I can't hear him. I hear Chief and see both of you. That doesn't help. Beat. Can you hear Vexus? That's what we need. Yeah, that thing is a beast. That is a very impressive crossbow. Now, if one of you would like to buy that for me for Christmas, no, don't. I'm just teasing. That is. He'll be back. See the trees before the forest? There he is. He's back. Hi, Vexus. Welcome back. Hold on. Now you're gone. Oh, you're gone on the thing. It doesn't show your picture. Oh, there you are. There you are. Now you're back.
Is there an echo for you?
No, I'm not hearing. I'm not hearing an echo. Is anyone in our channel hearing an echo? Echo, echo, echo. $5,000. Hell no. Jeff, no. I was just teasing anyway. I would not want that bow. That bow, I mean, the bow is 7.5 pounds? And another 2 pounds added onto it with, you're going to be, that bow's going to weigh 10 pounds.
Well, maybe that's not such a bad thing.
Yeah, I don't know if I would want a bow. I don't know what this, but I would love to weigh this Barnett and see what the weight is.
Well, you got your fish scale.
Yeah, I do, but it's out in the truck.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying do it right now.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm curious. Just put it on the foot pedal thing and hold it up.
Because these scopes and all these add-ons are not included in that weight. And every time you put a crank on it or a scope or whatever, then you're just adding to it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly. Well, I don't know why I even came back, because I think we were kind of at the end, unless you had more that you wanted to talk about.
No. I think hopefully someone got a little bit. I mean, this wasn't a great informational thing, but it is fun. You have scales. Well, I'm not a fish, so I don't have scales. But anyway, yeah, it was
fish
fun.
Sticks?
No, hate fish sticks. I want the real fish.
Yeah, no, Jeff, no emails today, no voicemails. It was just straight up info.
Yes.
Straight up bullshitting.
So, how many of you would like to see us finish Sasquatch off eventually here? Maybe when it gets better weather. and I can handle him. I'm going to work out next week. All right. Vexus and me are going to start working out at 5 a.m. every morning. We're going to lift weights. We're going to run a couple miles so I can outrun. You're going to go with me, right? What do you mean, no?
No, not running.
The zombie hunts could get me arrested. All right, so we've discussed this, chat, about having the zombie hunts. The only thing is the police may arrest me for driving up and down the drug lanes of these cities to see the zombies, because that's where they hang out, is on the street corners. So I may get in trouble.
Or arrested for solicitation.
Yeah, well, Joker explained to me all about the zombies while we were fishing. So now I'm like, really? Did you know there was a meth zombie?
No.
Yeah, there's now a meth zombie in the city near you on the corner.
Minneapolis?
Yeah, any city. They're all on the corners.
Like a theater near you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, theater near you. Yeah.
I thought you were literally saying in a city near me.
Oh, no. It's city near me, too.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there are plenty of meth heads in any city near me. I think they're all over the place. They are zombies.
Oh, most certainly.
Nothing he is saying is information I have given. I'm not
Listen.
sure if I believe that.
No, don't believe him. No. All right. Well, there's Cheryl.
Joker's a liar. Hey, Cheryl. All right. So
We ready?
Yeah. What are we doing? Are you gonna sing a song?
No.
We're done.
Yeah, we're done for the night. I'm going to come on tomorrow morning. Everyone come over and have coffee with me in the morning, and we'll kind of enjoy, and you can fish a little bit, catch a couple of fish. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Coffee at 7 a.m.
Maybe catch yourself some blue balls. Look, I give people blue balls all the time.
What?
Yeah. Believe that. All right, everybody, don't forget, check out our sponsors, Tex Select Seasonings, !BBQ. Use Cast and Camo in all caps to get 15% off. Check out Sea-Ark Boats, !Sea-Ark in chat. And Deer30, Deer30 for the discount code Cast and Camo 24 for Eric.
24.
24%
off. That's right.
It's the right time of year. You got it. Deer hunting, like we were just talking about, is right around the corner. In no time, you're gonna have to start planning for next year's hunt already and planting your minerals.
Yes,
you're never too early. So check out our sponsors. Give them some support and love. Buy a T-shirt, buy a hat, buy some product. They're all great. Otherwise, we'll see you next week.
Yes. See you guys tomorrow and next week. Love y'all.
Right.
Have
Thanks,
a good
everybody.
night.
Thank you.